renovation, transformation, modernization. These are the goals humanity wishes to achieve day by day. For years, we as a society have striven to industrialize and capitalize off of the natural resources we have. Aside from the depleting flora and fauna all around us, the rapid modernization of our world has caused a massive increase of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Overpopulation, depletion, burning. A massive rise in numbers have caused greater amounts of carbon emissions, resulting in global warming and climate change. Black air surrounds us from every area, from the burning of fossil fuels, wildfires, and even natural processes like volcanic eruptions. But how could we prevent such cases from happening when carbon emissions are a natural part of life? It is imperative for us humans to admit the harm that we have caused to our planet, but it is also important for us to understand that we cannot avenge what we do not understand. Throughout the years of wanting to reduce the effects of climate change, we have been told to reduce our carbon emissions, as it is harmful to the environment. But our air naturally has carbon in it. Its balance is essential in maintaining life on our planet. Its movement is what we call the carbon cycle.
The carbon cycle is vital for maintaining a stable climate and carbon balance on Earth. It is a series of processes in which carbon atoms circulate through Earth's land, ocean, atmosphere, and interior. This happens because carbon is essential for all life forms on Earth. It is present within plants and animal life as an intake or output element. During the carbon movement or cycle, it gets stored in reservoirs. The plant and animals in which the carbon is stored are called carbon life forms. These life forms use the carbon in their everyday lives, such as building stems and leaves for plants, and digestion and cellular growth for animals. Ocean organisms, such as clams and corals, consume this carbon to build their shells and skeletons. Carbon is present in its pure form in the atmosphere as other gases, such as carbon dioxide. In all of the examples mentioned earlier, carbon will always be present in the atmosphere or will find its way back to it due to its cyclical movement. Plants will intake carbon during photosynthesis. However, this will be ingested by the animals, eventually decomposing, thus the carbon becomes trapped as sediments that will turn into the rock and minerals trapped underground. After such time, these minerals will be burned as fossil fuels, bringing the carbon back into the atmosphere. On and on it goes. Carbon is trapped in a closed system, leaving its amount in the Earth consistent. Maintaining this balance in carbon allows the planet to remain viable for life. But the amount of carbon in a specific reservoir can change over time as it moves from one pool to another. Burning fossil fuels, which has increased the amount of carbon in the atmosphere and contributed to climate change and global warming, is thought to have upset the balance of carbon levels on Earth.
Global warming is the Earth warming up, and we humans are to blame. The increasing temperature of the Earth has been increasing over the years. However, according to National Geographic, its pace has significantly increased in the last 100 years due to the burning of fossil fuels. The warming of the Earth has been mainly attributed to the Industrial Revolution and overpopulation. NRDC of 2021 states that the global annual temperature has increased by slightly more than 1 degree Celsius or about 2 degrees Fahrenheit since the Industrial Revolution. Additionally, the global annual temperature increased by 0.18 degrees Celsius per decade. Because the human population has massively increased during the last years, the volume of carbon emissions mainly through burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas has also increased. This results in the greenhouse effect on our planet, in which the sun's reflected rays burn through the Earth's atmosphere, but it does not come out. It stays within our atmosphere, causing massive heat levels to increase rapidly. The trapping of this heat in the atmosphere is mainly caused by greenhouse gases, including chlorofluorocarbons, water vapor, methane, nitrous oxide, and primarily carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is an important heat-trapping gas that comes naturally from the Earth in ways such as volcanic eruptions. This gas helps keep the Earth warm to make the planet livable against the horrible cold. However, carbon dioxide levels on the Earth have increased over time due to human behavior. The current Earth's temperatures have led to global warming and climate change.
The global average temperature is expected to meet or to exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius within the next few decades. Such events will impact not only humans but other life forms, and an increase in global temperatures leads to wildfires. According to the scientists at NASA, estimates that around 2050, the amount of land consumed by wildfires will increase. Even in the rainy regions, just like in Southeast, wildfires are projected to increase for about 30%. An increase in wildfire poses a massive threat to human life, wildlife, and in their natural habitat. With rising sea levels, wildlife and other various animals are forced to move from their habitats to other regions around the Earth. This shift in the ecosystem is brought by a need for them to seek a more livable shelter as their habitats became depleted due to human activities. While other life forms are or may be able to adapt to the new environment that they move to, others are vulnerable to extinction. And this change in the ecosystem will become challenging to adapt to.
This raises a question: are we invasive? Suppose the most causes of global warming, climate change, and ecological displacement are the widespread overpopulation of humans and the consequential actions that we do. Is it not then justifiable to assume that we are invasive species? While we are the natural inhabitants of the Earth, we have adversely changed the planet's habitats and bioregions for other species. We have caused great ecological and environmental damage in the name of modernization and human advancement. These actions have caused greater destruction than any other species on the planet. This debate has been ongoing due to the varying definitions and understanding of the term invasive species. Human beings also quite fit to the requirement, but not entirely. Nonetheless, invasive or not, we human beings have the responsibility to undo the harm that we have done, and we have the capacity to prevent the further destruction of the planet.
So what can we do? We can reduce our own carbon footprint by conserving energy, reducing the burning of fossil fuels, lessening the use of greenhouse gases, and opting for a greener, cleaner, and healthier energy alternative. Simple acts of unplugging devices and appliances not in use is a helpful way to reduce energy consumptions in one's home. Private vehicle users can reduce their carbon footprint by using their cars less, switching to public transportation, or commuting by bicycle or walking. Picking a fuel-efficient vehicle is better than high-carbon emitting vehicles. Technological advancement has allowed us to use fully electric vehicles, smart cars, or even hybrids of such. Those who are privileged can switch their home appliances such as refrigerators, washing machines, and stoves to ones that consume less energy. Switching to solar or wind power energy utilities is also an option to reduce carbon emissions altogether. While these lifestyle changes help reduce your individual carbon footprint, we, as a society and as a collective, can make a greater and more impactful change by working to change how our world works. Changes need to be made in technology, habits, and laws to promote resource efficiency and reduce waste. If you still want to do more after all this, then encourage others to do the same. By simply talking to your family, friends, acquaintances, and even strangers, you can inspire them to make changes in their lifestyle that will promote a greener world for us all. Make noise and embolden others to persuade huge organizations and those in power to do their part in curbing and harmful effects of our past actions and to use their power and influence to prevent further changes to our planet.